Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Empire Total War with the Pirate Uber Alice mod. We're back here a little bit early, as you might see. You weren't really supposed to see this process as I'm rebuilding my armies, trying to organize them for the invasion of Great Britain and their holdings in North America, and also their holdings off the coast of India as well. Well, the reason we're back is because of other AIs that have caused a problem. So, the Spanish declared war on us. Or perhaps, you know what, I should take the story from the beginning. It started off with the Spanish wanting a few technologies off me, and they were willing to trade Gibraltar for it. And I was like, oh, another territory. I'll take it. I took it immediately. Upon me claiming Gibraltar, the Morocco, declared war on me, and I was like, oh, okay, so maybe it wasn't a great idea to take this one. Why can't they just sell me another Florida again? So I ended up fighting the Moroccans, only at sea though. We never landed, and I decided then that I would sell Gibraltar back to the Spanish. With that, the Spanish actually declared a war on the Moroccans, and clearly they won, although I'm not entirely sure for how long. Trying to hide a yawn in all of this. I don't know how long they will be able to hold on to this capital. It looks pretty good though. They're down to 14 so they've held it for at least 10 turns. Although the religious unrest is 19. So I guess that's pretty high. In terms of the religions that dislike each other the most, it seems like it's Islam and the Catholics, seemingly. I don't think I've ever seen anyone have 19 unrest, religious unrest. Anyways, so the deal seems done right. Spain holds everything. I'm not involved anymore. Why are we back this early? Well, the Spanish continued to declare war on me. So they declared war on me again. And this time around, they invaded. So they sent a massive force to the islands right here. I only had a pirate captain. Captain Titch? Something like that, and he held the island for me, and he made his last stand within the fort walls. Now, even though he had been able to set a clever, cunning trap, a big explosion there blowing up quite a few of the Spanish, it wasn't enough. And once he died, it quickly just everyone ran away. So we lost that. And I guess at this point I could just accept that I lost it, pay the Spanish for peace, and that could be it. But I feel as though they're gonna screw up my process constantly here as I'm setting up for this grand world war, really, or this worldwide invasion that we're gonna have to plan. So I feel we need to take out as much of the Spanish as possible. I am lucky that the New Spain has remained neutral. They are not joining in this conflict at all. So that's good. They're keeping out of it. But we're gonna have to strike at the Spanish. Now, my could be first idea to go back and try and retake this, but I think I should hit every other spot before then. So we have Bogota, New Granada, and we have New Andalusia up here. So I think those could actually be more of a viable targets for attack than going here right off the bat. And also, now there's quite a lot of troops around here, so I would probably need a little bit more if I was gonna go after Cuba, but Cuba is also an option here. But I think we're gonna have to hold on that, because there's a lot. They have a lot of troops on Cuba, and I mean a lot of troops on Cuba. Now, what force I have is the one right here. So we have the Race frigate with an army, 20 stack, that we will be able to deploy. Now, we could deploy it here, but I feel like I think we're gonna find more of an undefended target down here, and I think we would be easier for us to route out these areas before going for the tough fights. The problem here is my second army in the New World is stuck here. Gottfried Trana is stuck here, where the Spanish have gone ahead and attacked. And it's a pretty darn big navy. Lots of second-rate ships. They've got whopping 4 of them right here. So it's a huge navy. So I would actually have to augment one of my main navies and send it here to fight it. So I want to try and avoid this one as much as possible, but I do want to pick up this army so that I can send it against the Spanish. But I think because Cuba, there's at least 2 full stacks here and more around Cuba, so I think that's not an option to really attack that with the force we have. What we are gonna do then is we are gonna land here. Now, I should have checked, perhaps. Let's speed it up. Let's get this ship going. Perhaps I should have checked if they had anything in this port. If there's nothing... Oh! There's nothing in the port. It can't get any better than that. Then I can unload my troops into the port, and I can make my way in one go. The Spanish did not see that coming. That I would... I think we might gain extra movement points if we move through there, and then... Yes, it is... Oh, look! We move through there, and that means that I can... I just short of attacking it and taking it. There's no one here. That's perfect. So we would take this, and then we would take this, which most likely is also undefended. But I would have to, because of this navy, we would have to send something to deal with this. Because otherwise, I mean, I need this army. So I'm gonna send out the cavalry first. I'm hoping that removing them from the port is gonna set them going somewhere else, and I can try and, you know, move around them. But we're gonna have to build... We're gonna have to merge 2 of these fleets. Or maybe perhaps even more, to make sure that we're really ready to destroy them. So this is the biggest fleet we've got now, with 2 admirals. We'll send that to deal with them. Doesn't leave much for all of this mess. So I've got the generals lined up here, and then I'm trying to match all the different units together. One thing that is, though, is I cannot recruit some of these older units. I can't re-recruit them. So I'm contemplating not using them at all. However, the old units have better morale and better melee than the new ones. I think the only thing the new ones have is they have no advantage whatsoever, actually. They have no advantage. Perhaps cost, but that doesn't even factor into it when I make like 50,000 per turn. Other things that have happened is I got sick and tired of the Persians constantly invading me here. So, and especially since I offered peace treaties where I gave them money, meant that every time they came back with bigger armies. So I decided to give it to the Danish, which might seem odd, but now the Danes have to deal with the Persians. And those are the big things, I would say. Oh yeah, Genoa took all of the Barbary coast. The only reason the Barbary pirates are still alive is because, of course, they hold Palestine, Jerusalem, which I gave them. And, oh, let's not forget, I think it was like last episode where I showed the family tree. So I guess you see what's coming. Charles the 12th has died and has been succeeded by his son Charles the 13th, and he is now the king of Sweden. I know that Jungban is, the way that he writes it is he's already prepared the Karolian area. He's written it as the Karolian area for Carolus, or Karl. But I don't know what he's gonna do now when we switch king. But the king is still he's still Karl. So Carolus 2. It looks as though for the next once this guy dies, he's 66. So it's not that crazy that Charles the 13th would die soon as well. His son will be Frederick, that will succeed him. So will be the whatever Fredericcus Rex that will take over. Is there anything else that I want to say? Yes, I've landed tons of spies all along the coast in the British colonies, and I've also landed spies in England and Ireland and Scotland. The first spy actually landed in England died. He was so old that he died immediately upon landing there. Or perhaps from the food, who knows. But he died immediately almost upon me. I didn't have the time to even end a turn to get him to move to here. So I had to pick up another one and send him there. So we got... This picture does not look like a 26-year-old, but they lived a hard life. I guess because he landed here also, I don't know what the British food does to you, but clearly it's not good. So yeah, that's where we are right now, and I thought I'd go ahead and include you now into the Spanish War, where we're gonna try this. It's so unnecessary, such a distraction for what I'm really supposed to be doing, but we're gonna go ahead and teach the Spanish a lesson, and probably ally with the Portuguese as well in this process. But yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and end turn, see what the Spanish Navy does. I'm hoping that the Spanish Navy stays away from my trade fleets, because that's really my main concern here, that they will attack. I haven't checked. Well, I own all of this, so they wouldn't attack here. And I think it's the Portuguese, and it's the British East India Company that holds trade nodes. Spain does not hold any trade nodes anywhere. Doesn't mean they can send a navy after my trade, though. And now that their home fleet is scattered, who knows what's gonna happen. Oh yeah, and I might wanna just go ahead. The idea here is because we're gonna I'm gonna try and land as many armies against the British and their colonies at the same time. So we're gonna base the armies around 20 because that's what you can move in the fleets. So we're gonna have a lot of 20 armies, so that's why I'm reorganizing everything. And yes, we've got the new grenadiers turned up. They're here somewhere. Somewhere there. So I'm thinking that what I might do is, because they're now there's quite a few of them, I'm thinking I could do them in units of 4, and the entire 4 regiments would be styled after the named units. So instead of just having Lindström and let's see, the Freedom Regiment, they would go from just being 138 men in these 2 little groups to being commanding then a full brigade of 1,200 men. Would still probably want to bring normal grenadiers, because I don't think these full grenadier regiments can throw grenades. No. So we would still probably want to bring some of these smaller units, but I'm not entirely sure how I will organize this. Clearly, as you can see here, I have no idea as of yet exactly how I'm gonna organize this. Anyways, with that said, let's go ahead and end turn and see if we can't actually smack some Spanish ass. And here's a pretty insane offer from New Spain. They want me to give them Florida, and they want the Estonian region as well, and advanced irrigation. In exchange, they're gonna give military access for 5 turns. They're gonna hand over New Mexico, Panama, and Chihuahua? Chihuahua? So I think that's all of this. So it's all of what we can see, like the Big Mexico region, the region below, and the Panama region. So that would be... that's like half their holdings. Or New Mexico, it actually says. So New Mexico would be one of those up here then. So it wouldn't be... yeah, because the main one is their capital. I feel like this is just... this is just to piss me off, so that they will declare... I feel like they're gonna declare war on me. That's what they're gonna do. If I accept this, could I hope to be able to get Estonia to revolt against them? I'm kind of like... why don't I... you know what? Why don't I say yes? And then we specifically try to get the regions that we're about to lose to revolt against. You know what? It's messy as it is. yes. Messy as fuck, but here we go. Agent hired a nobleman in Denmark. Means that some nobleman died, I assume. Oh, he died. There was one of the noblemen died, and then we got a new one. No, not duel. I want you to research. Do some research. I've reduced the amount of... oh, is that just one turn away? This is the one that's gonna cost me 30 in town wealth. So I've kind of been holding back. That would introduce a lot of new troops. And I also kind of don't want that, because then I would probably have to reorganize a big part of the army. But the thing is, I don't have that many other things to research. God damn it. Can you research like bayonets and other stuff in the meanwhile? I don't want that minus 30 just yet. Right, so let's go ahead and take a look. So we gave away Estonia, which is now very unhappy with the Spanish. I should send some troops there to be ready to retake that once it hopefully goes ahead and revolts and breaks away from New Spain. Then we're gonna take a look at what we gained here. So we gained New Mexico, which is this territory right up here. You know what I should do? I have a priest here. He is really good, and he should make his way to New Mexico to turn these colonies around. Right, so first things first is to exempt tax, trying to get these guys to grow. Build up the network there. Tobacco, really good. Here we've got military outpost. I don't really know about that. Can't really recruit any good troops out here anyways. Actually, look at this. We can recruit a lot better troops with one of those buildings rather than the governor's barracks. So I'll go ahead and tear down the governor's barracks. We're going to build that up. We're going to exempt this region from tax as well. And we're going to make sure to build out the corn or whatever we're doing here. The mines. Sure. We've got another 2 villages, hopefully, that we can build up here. Right. And they're not really that unhappy. The native population is not clashing with my Protestantism. And then it was a third, Panama. We gained Panama as well. Panama has a foreign priest. They have 3 of theirs. So this one might be harder to convert. But this looks very good. This though, the thing is, what I want is what I really want is tobacco. Okay, so this is coffee or sugar. And this is, yeah, coffee or sugar. Which one is better right now? Coffee or sugar? Coffee is 24. Sugar is 24. It doesn't matter then. It does not matter. But we gained a load of stuff. Great. And I'm just about to gain a little bit more. I am gonna be gracious and demand their surrender. Wonderful. And now this area is under my control. Slightly unhappy, but I think they will manage. Even with the building broken, actually. I think we should rebuild this as well towards just a normal barracks. I'm gonna burn that. And now, oh, look at that, the Spanish are coming to meet us in the jungle. Okay, so they have not moved away, which is not good. And because my army can actually move on to this island, because I could potentially pick them up there. But I think if I pick them up like that, perhaps what I should do is I recruit fire ships as a distraction, put them like out here, get their navy to come out there, and then I can take this navy, slip in, pick up my troops, and land them there, and boom, we will have another island, another area taken from the Spanish. Excellent plan. Let's go ahead and repair that and repair that. For a lot in why we're able to hold this region is probably because they've got 2 of these gardens. for this region. There's a lot of mines here. I'm gonna get a lot of gold. Wonderful. So that's all done. My fleet is still on the way. There's nothing I can do. The priest is on his way. We'll wait to see what happens here. Oh yes, I burnt this. This should be built into something else. Right. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and end turn again then. And actually make sure that the navy comes across there. And perhaps I should start moving some of the spies into position. Especially though in North America. Okay, now they're actually pushing for war. They want Panama back, they want New Mexico back, and now they also want me to hand over Sardinia in exchange for Guatemala, which is the region I thought I was gonna get, I think. Which I didn't. Because I got that strange one up here. No, obviously not. This is not a good deal, any way you put it. So, looks like we're gonna go to war with an extended part of the Spanish Empire. Union terminated. Sweden and Austria. Austria wants to fight? Landlocked little bastard. You've gotten... I was about to say you got nothing, but you actually got potential. Seeing as though you have close to 3 full stacks ready to break out from there. That would not be good. The fire ships are ready, and then I've got a lot of these. I was gonna send them to the capital, actually. My fleet has arrived. Good. And it does almost reach the Spanish fleet. What I want to do then is put them off the coast here to take a look at what the Spanish have done with this. Oh, the pirates have risen in rebellion against the Spanish. Resistance to foreign occupation is very high. So they're gonna have to deal with the pirates. Alright, they're not going anywhere from that region then. Governor's house in Jamaica. We've got roads and some plantations. I am going to put this one though as a bait for the Spanish Navy. So we're gonna put it right there. Clearly visible. And hopefully they'll go for that. Meanwhile, the army marches through the jungle. And looks like we might actually meet some Spanish forces here. This is fine. Building out that. This is also fine. However, maybe some of these areas do need to get some troops. This, I think, is fine. They're not going to land any troops here. These two, though, if we are to... I imagine we soon go to war with these people. We might need some extra troops here to defend these areas. But it's, I think, mostly in this one. Where's my priest? He's over here. Taking a sweet long time for you to march through these areas. We obviously also border them directly here. Oh yeah, we know I gave away Florida. Is Florida... I wonder if Florida's unhappy. Florida, I turned Protestant, so that could be a thing. Ah, we need to take a look at what I gave. I give them... They have exempted it from tax, which is making sure that I'm gonna... And I've sent away all my spies. I think we might want to declare war on them just to reclaim this. Perhaps. Perhaps that is the way. Also, the Pope took Corsica from the... Wait, they've got like Napoleonic troops already? Or looks like at least that one. They took Corsica off the French. The things are progressing in weird ways. And I need to march a little bit and a few more turns so I can march on and take New Andalusia. And hopefully somewhere here we'll be able to end this foolish expedition so I can focus on what I'm really interested in fighting. And that is the British. New bayonet drill! I believe this gave... Drill, baby, drill! We'll drill the enemy. Okay, stop. This gives us the ability to stab the enemy a lot better. We get to 2 points plus, I believe, in charge bonus. Which doesn't give a lot of these if they only had 2 to begin with. I believe it gave... Let's go ahead and see. What did it give? +2 for all bayonet equipped troops. Still, we're going after that one. I don't really want that one, but it looks like it's going to be unavoidable. We've got mines in Norway and even better roads in Jamaica. Right, we're going to have to... I don't really want to fight these bastards because it's such a small battle. We're looking at there's less than 1,300 men against my 4,000. However, if it looks like I'm not going to be able to cram a battle in this video, so I guess this might be it. Right, into the jungle we go. We've forced our way through the jungle. It's time to open fire with the batteries, and I do note that we have enemy dragoons attacking our cavalry. The thick jungle, though, covered my own cavalry, as it's just about to get out of the jungle. As you can see, we've decided to attack really early in the morning, I would say. And not entirely sure what the kind of bandolieros, bandidos the Spanish are deploying against us, but they hold no salt against my troops. Meanwhile, the general staff got hit pretty badly. My cavalry over here made it through the jungle. Right, my troops are coming through. There's supposed to be a... There's the second one. Supposed to make their way through the jungle here. Well, that's a pretty good shot if you're able to fire right now. Police shooters. They're shooting police, or they're police that shoot people. Because that would just be normal police, wouldn't it? I don't know if Spanish police is known for shooting people, though. Gonna ride up the dragoons right close to the police, and then have the dragoons fire into their backs while the rest of the lines here start trading fire with all the Spanish troops. My dragoons here, of course ready, should be moved to the flank and be able to attack the enemy. Let's see. Looks like I can see one dead guy over here. Okay, there we go. Now you fired a little bit better. It's a little bit, you know, it was pretty pitiful attack there by the dragoons. Right, let's go ahead and kill some police. Meanwhile, our troops laying in good fire on the enemy. Let's have our dragoons now right up behind them. One's gonna sit right next to this and shoot him in the flank. And then the other one is gonna be ordered to attack the 9-pipe. Oh, they fire on the move. Did they shoot each other? I don't think so. But it is enough to scare away that regiment. Right, advance. Advance, and then bring up the reserve as well to march through here. And then we'll chase down as many of these troops as possible so that we don't have to worry about them once we attack the regional capital. Well, some of these troops are way old. I do have troops like that myself with the old Morion style helmet. Let's go ahead and chase after that one. And then you can move up to stay in the flank. Oh, we're shooting our own men now. Order the guns silent. Yes, we shot our own there. Not good. But the enemy here completely destroyed. This militia unit would probably make an easy target for the cavalry. And the 145th Regiment of Foot, Colonial Regiment of Foot, as they charge. Now with the new charge bonus, we should be able to, the new Andalusian militia should be made short work of, especially since they're attacked on both sides. And then the garrison regiment gives way as well. I'll order the Regiment of Foot to continue the charge, and then I'll make sure that they don't make it out of here alive, so that we get rid of all of these troops and make it easier for us to claim the this new land of America. And here's the result of the battle. We deployed 4,000 men against 1,400. We lost close to 400 men and killed more or less their entire force. Only 89 men managed to get away. In terms of kills, it goes to the 2 dragoons. I'm guessing these are the ones. This must be the ones on the right, because they only lost 7 troopers combined. I believe the one. No, this can't. Oh, it's one on either side. It must be, because the one on the right lost quite a lot due to friendly fire, which wasn't actually as bad as you might think, but I think it comes down to a lot of those troopers being killed by friendly cannon fire, because there's a little over 40 men being killed by friendly fire. The enemy retreats to the town. I unfortunately do not have the movement range to make it to there, and perhaps that is just as well, because now I realize there's a bloody full stack there. Now I would need this force, which would really need to be done with a naval battle. So I guess the naval battle will end this. Now I want to use the fire ships, but let's have these a little bit further away. Attack the fire ships first. I was thinking of perhaps removing some ships and putting the fire ships in, but I think it might be best just to attack with the fire ships first, see if we can do any damage, perhaps take out their fire ship, and then have the main fleet come in. And with that, let's have ourselves sink ourselves some Spaniards. I did a lot better than last time around when I used fire ships. This time around we took out 3 enemies. I probably could have taken out more, because so many of them were set on fire. So I should have really had a 5th ship just sitting way back that I could use, that I could send, or not send in, that just could stay away and let the fire burn out in those ships. I probably would have done it instead of killing 3 enemy ships. I could have probably killed like 5, maybe even 6, because once they started on fire and then bunched up to try and attack the ships, the fire ships, a lot of them bunched together and could have killed a load of them. But 3 does a lot of good. However, it's not the big ships, though. It's not the big ships. Fleet destroyed. We took out quite a lot of, I think it was a lot of 3rd rates, and or 3rd or 4th rates with those 3 ships that we destroyed. We also destroyed... Oh no, we didn't actually destroy... one of the ships that we destroyed was a fire ship, unfortunately. So it said that we destroyed 3 of them. And it must have been then 2, either 3rd or 4th rates, and then the fire ship. So it did a little bit, but not He could have done more. That's probably what I should say. Given the situation we're in right now, I think we're actually going to end the video. I looked at the timer, and I've recorded for about an hour, so I think that's it. Seeing as though it's quite large fights that are coming up. Just now I noticed that the flag on this is tattered, so not all of these are at full strength. So it might not be as hard as I think to attack this place. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure, because they're outnumbering me by at least 10 units. A minimum of 10 units. So it's still gonna be a tough fight. With that said, though, next time around, we'll be attacking, hopefully freeing up for me to unload another 20 stack to support the attack on the castle of New Andalusia. And with that, I'll say, as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.